everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Today's video is a fun one that I'm so excited to be filming. It is gonna be my Sephora haul try-on video from the sale that just occurred. I was waiting for my last package to arrive so that I could film it. It just arrived literally yesterday. I know it takes so long to ship sometimes when there's like a lot of orders happening, which obviously was the case during the sale. So anyway, took a while to get here, but we're here. Just a little sneak peek. I picked up a few things, just a few, just a couple things. And I'm really excited to show you guys. I am gonna be trying a lot of this on. Obviously I can't put all these things on my face, but I think I do have something for almost every single category. So before we get into it, please do make sure that if you have not yet, that you go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you can be hanging out here with me having a good time. And also if you want to be notified when I upload videos on Fridays, you can ring the bell below. And also make sure that you are following me on social medias if you feel like it. My username will be popping up right here below me so you can check me out on the medias that are social. Let's go ahead and get into the makeup part. I'm gonna organize this before we do it because holy crap, this is so much stuff. Wow. I think how I'm gonna do this is show you the things that I got as we go along, as I apply it, because I feel like it'll be more exciting that way and it won't take so long because this video is gonna be super long because I have so many things here. I went a little overboard. But that's the time. It's the time to go overboard. And now I don't need to go makeup shopping for like a while. It'll be a while, which honestly, with everything I have, I really never need to go makeup shopping again. But we know that I will. I definitely will. It's a passion of mine. Okay. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go through the products as we go along. But actually, before I get into applying the makeup, I'm gonna tell you guys about all the products I got from this one brand because I will not be using them in this video. And that brand is Denona. I told you guys in my recommendations video that I would be getting a lot of Denona in the sale, and I sure did. But I'm not gonna use them in this video because I am gonna be filming pretty soon. It'll probably be the next video that you see, a whole makeup look using all my Denona products, which is almost a full face. She doesn't have quite every category, but all the categories she has, I now have. So I'll be filming that soon, but I'm not gonna use any of these products in the video today so that I can save all my thoughts on all those products for that video. So I did pick up her Vision Cream Cover, which is a 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. So that is the Complexion product. I also picked up 3 shades of her Vision Flush, which is you can use on the cheeks, eyes, and lips. And I picked up a contour shade in the shade Nutcracker, which is like a nice cool tone brown. And I picked up the shade that is a highlighter called Tiara, as well as a blush shade called Ballet Slippers. And these are really, really beautiful. Been really loving these, excited to show you guys these. I also picked up her Power Bronzer, which is a cream to powder formula. As you can see, I've already been using it. It's a cream to powder formula, and it is very moussey and creamy. And I picked up shade Light in that. And then I picked up 2 more, which I wanted to pick up more than this, of these color fixes, but they sold out of the shades that I really wanted very quickly, so another time. But I did pick up 2 more of the color fixes because I only have 2 matte ones right now, and I wanted to pick up, she has several different formulas within it. There's like a, what is this one called? You know, it doesn't say, but this one has a little bit of shimmer in it, and this is her foil formula. So I picked up the shades Celebration and Rocket in those. So that's all the Denona products. So now we can actually get into starting to apply stuff. So let's zoom it in. Okay, so to start out, I'm gonna prime my eyes, and I did mention in my recommendation video that I was gonna be picking up another one of my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potions because I ran out of my other one. So I did just that, which is what I'm gonna apply right now. to my eyeballs. So as far as eyeshadow, I picked up a few things. So one of the things I picked up is not new, but it is something that I have had my eye on basically since it came out. And that is the Natasha Denona Glam palette. Oh, my fingerprints are all over this. I've had my eye on this since it came out, which was recent enough. This is another one of her midi size palettes. It's the same size as the bronze palette, and it is a really nice, cool toned neutral palette. And I've actually already done what I do to a lot of my palettes, especially Natasha Denona, because these are magnetic pans that you can pop out, is I reorganize them in the way that I like to use them. Which for this palette, it doesn't matter because all the names are just like where you place them. So it was like center eyelid, outer eyelid, inner corner, crease, transition. And some of them are named the same thing. So there's more than one center eyelid, there's more than one inner corner, that kind of thing. And so I was like, there's no point in keeping these in the same spots. And so I went ahead and reorganized it. But this is something that I've had my eye on for a while because I've really been enjoying cool tones. And I went ahead and picked it up during the sale, and I love it. I love it a lot. Also from Natasha Denona, I did mention in my last video that you guys saw me do a tutorial with this Natasha Denona mini palette, the mini retro palette, which I did pick up in the sale. It was really, really nice. I've really, really enjoyed this palette. I also did another look with it just the other day, off camera obviously, with the pinks on my lid. So pretty. I really, really like this palette a lot. The other mini palette that I picked up, which I mentioned in that video that I picked up too, is the mini gold palette. Now, I really like this palette because, as you guys know, I like greens. I like some greens, and this palette is so cool. I think it's a great idea to pick up a mini palette if you're wanting to go for something that's not neutral. Like both of these are not very neutral. They're a little bit more out there palettes, but it's a great idea to pick them up in a mini size because the pans are a lot smaller, like even compared to this midi size palette, these pans are much smaller, and these aren't even the largest Natasha Denona pans. These are very, very small. And so it's a great idea to pick up a mini when they're not like your everyday neutral colors. But this is a really, really cool palette with some really nice, subtle green tones in it. Pretty, pretty. So pretty. Oh, and you know, I don't really have a lot of green mattes, and I was very excited about that in this palette. Those are just 4 of the shades. Oh, they're so nice. And then the last eyeshadow product that I picked up, these are new from Huda Beauty. These are the Brown Obsessions palette. She came out with 3 of them, and I picked up this one, which is called Toffee. I really like that she comes out with these Obsessions palettes. They're just these little 9-pan palettes. It's a great small palette to have. And I was really excited that she did browns because I love brown neutrals. And this was very much so the obvious choice for me. The others had some really deep shimmers that I just knew, like even deeper than what I prefer, like way deep, like the shades of that matte kind of a thing, really deep, which would be beautiful on dark skin tones. But I just knew that out of a 9 palette, I can't justify not being able to use most of the shades. Like if there's a couple shades that I know I won't use in a 9 pan, I can't say that. But if there's something like a bigger palette, like the Glam palette or something that had like 2 shades in it that I wouldn't use as often, I'd be fine with that because there's a lot more shades in there that I would use. So, but anyway, I did pick up this one, and I really, really like the tones in this. I've used it a little bit, but I think this is what I'm gonna use today because, one, because these are older news and these are pretty new. And yeah, if you're interested in any of these palettes here, we can play with this today. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So obviously we're going in a pretty warm direction here today. I'm obviously gonna start out with this skin tone shade up here. I'm gonna blend that all around the transition area where I'm gonna be blending a lot. I'm just doing a very sheer layer of that there. Oh no, I got some glitter mixed into that and I didn't mean to. Oh well, it's just gonna have to be okay. I don't know if I want to go in with the yellow in the middle or if I want to just go in with that mustard toned in the corner. Oh gosh, I obviously could go in with both. That is pretty bright yellow. Yeah, that's so nice. Well, let's maybe decide what direction we're going as far as the lid shade. I think I already know. So those are the shimmers in this palette. I think I'm gonna keep it a little bit more neutral. I think I'm just gonna go in with this mustard brown color in the corner. And even so, it is still quite yellow toned, so. And of course it would work great with that yellow shade if you wanted to use both and put the yellow shade down first. Why am I backing up when I blend? I don't know. I'm gonna go back in with the first brush that I use and just blend over the edges there. Now I'm gonna go into this shade in this corner over here, this chocolatey shade. And I'm actually gonna dip a bit back and forth between that shade and the mustard shade to kind of transition it pretty slowly to that deep shade. I'm just taking this kind of in a little V shape, just like that. Sometimes when I blend my eyeshadow, I get so relaxed because it feels good against my eye and I'm just like, you know what I mean? Anybody else? Just me? Okay. I'll go back in with my first brush and make sure my edges are nice and diffused. I said that very quietly, sorry. Going back in with my first brush to make sure my edges are nice and diffused. Okay, now I'm gonna take an even smaller blending brush and only go into that chocolate shade in the corner, not dipping back and forth this time. Just to continue to deepen it up. I'm keeping this close to my lash line. I'm not gonna take it quite up as high into the crease. I think I'm happy with that. Now at first I'm obviously gonna take my finger into that shade up top. These are very nice, smooth metallics. They are really, really high impact metallics. They have a lot of glitter in them, as you can see. And you know what? These are really, really creamy. They're like they do have quite a creamy base to them, to the point that I don't think I would go back over with a wet brush and apply these because they feel quite sticky. Whereas with something that has a bit of a drier base, which is not a bad thing or a good thing, either way, they're just different formulas and they have different impacts. They look different on the lids. But in this case, I don't think I will go in with a brush with the metallic the way I often do, just because these are pretty creamy and they're applying and they're sticking to my lid really, really well. Yeah, and because of that, I'm not worried about them falling out or crumbling later in the day. Yeah, that's really pretty. I like that a lot. So that is the eye look for the top lid. And usually here's where I start going in with mascara. I did purchase one mascara, but it's just a repurchase. It's the Pat McGrath Fetisheyes mascara, and I'm not gonna open it yet because I already have several mascaras open right now, and I don't want it to expire. So I'm just gonna go in with a layer of mascara real quick. Okay, now we're moving into the complexion, and there's a few. I do know which one I wanna use already, I think. So as far as foundation base products, I have 4. I know that it's a lot. One is not super new, although they did just release a bunch of new shades of this, which is why it kind of caught my attention that I'd never tried it before. This is the Nars Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. It has an SPF of 30. That's not new. A lot of people love this and use it regularly, but I had never tried it and I didn't realize that until they released all the new shades recently. The other 3 are, well, I guess newish. And I've literally had my eye on it like since it released sometime last year, I think. This is the Giorgio Armani Neo Nude foundation. And I personally love the Luminous Silk foundation from Armani, so I've really been wanting to try it because this is basically just sheer, glowier, hydrating version of that, so that really sounded like me. And I've had my eye on it literally for, I mean, literally since it came out. I remember wanting it, so pick that up. Yeah, I didn't say the shades, but you guys will see this whenever I use these eventually in some videos. Nars Tinted Moisturizer, I picked up the shade Light 3, which is called, I don't know how to say this, Groenland? G-R-O-E-N land. Groenland. Whatever. And then I have the shade 4.5 in the Giorgio Armani. The other 2 foundations I picked up, this is from Givenchy. This is the Prisme Libre Skincare and Glow foundation. That's what it says. But isn't Givenchy like a French thing? Libre? I don't know how to say it in the correct accent. But anyway, I heard somebody talk about this. This is pretty new. I heard somebody talk about this on YouTube, and it's skin caring glow. Those words just really speak to me. And one of the Sephora's I frequent carries all the very bougie luxury brands, and I was like, look, I really want to try this foundation, and now is the time for me to try it so I can get a discount on luxury products. So I picked it up, and I have the shade 2C180. I'm obsessed with this. It's incredible. It's incredible. That's probably the one I'm gonna use today. And then the other thing I picked up is the new Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint. I have the shade 3. I've really been liking this. I plan to feature it in a different video just because this is like super light coverage. This is a skin tint, so it would kind of look weird wearing a full eye look with it. So I'll use this soon in a video where I'm doing a more natural look, so that, because I feel like it's a very weird combo to put like a glittery full glam eye look with like a skin tint, which I've done, but this is very natural. So I'll do a more natural makeup look pretty soon and show you guys this. But P.S. it's great. So I am gonna use the Givenchy Prisme Libre Skin Caring Glow. I can't with myself. This is a light coverage foundation, and it's glowy and it's beautiful. But yeah, I'd say you can probably build this up to a solid medium coverage maybe. But as per usual, I'm gonna first apply this with a brush and spread it out in a nice even layer across my skin. And I will say, the one thing I don't like about luxury products is they always have fragrances, and this does have a pretty significant fragrance, but it does dissipate and I don't smell it throughout the day. It's pretty much like only when I first apply it. And once I blend this in, it's gone and I don't smell it again. I'm going with my beauty blender. You guys know how this works for me. I'm gonna take my beauty blender, a little bit more foundation on it, and press that in. Look at this foundation. Oh my goodness. It is so pretty. This is truly, if I created a foundation, pretty much what it would look like. So if you're interested in this foundation, just for whatever personal reason, it's great. And the packaging is really nice. This is a nice heavy glass bottle. It's beautiful. That is that. Next for concealer, I picked up 3 concealers. None of these are brand new, but they are all concealers that I've had my eye on for a minute. And I just kept hearing recommendations on all 3 of these concealers. And so I picked them up. The first one is the Cosis Revealer Concealer, and they did not have a shade that worked for me in stores, so I ordered the shade 3.2 online, and it works for me a lot better. It's much more of a neutral undertone. A lot of their original shades were really yellow toned, and they came out with pretty large shade extension. They have like 20 something shades now, I think. 20 shades, something like that. So I picked that up. I also picked up the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer right here in the shade L6. And then I also picked up the Makeup Forever HD Self-Setting Concealer in the shade 31. I've just heard so much about all 3 of these concealers, and I'm really happy to finally have shades of these that work. So I'm gonna use the Pat McGrath, I think, today. The Pat McGrath is probably the fullest coverage out of the 3 concealers that I got. It is definitely full coverage. And then the Makeup Forever one is like a medium full. And then the Cosis one is a solid medium coverage. They're all really nice though. I'm just gonna use my sponge to blend this out. Sometimes I also go in with a brush first. Yeah, as you can see, that is a real full coverage concealer. Ooh, she is covered. Alrighty, let's go into the lower lash line. Let me zoom you guys in a bit more. I'm mainly gonna go into the shade here for the lower lash line. So we're just gonna start by really blending that out. And now I'm just gonna take my really small pencil brush and go into the chocolate shade in this corner here and run that right up against the lash line. Okay, now I'm just going back in with that same brush we used at first. Not adding any extra product to it, but I'm just using it to blend a bit further. Now I'm gonna use this shade here for my inner corner. For that, I'm gonna take it on a very small, precise flat brush and apply it right there. And I do think these apply a bit better with the fingers. Yeah, definitely. I can just use my pinky to apply most of that product there. And then I'll just use the brush to shape where I want it to go. Yeah, that's nice. And that is the eyes, all done. Okay, let's start on the brows a bit. So for brows, I got a few things. I did purchase all of the new Cosis brow products right here, and they are awesome. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a reverse order here. I think I'm gonna start out with the pencil. This is the Cosis Brow Pop Dual Action Defining Pencil, which I picked up in the shade, I think taupe, right? Yeah, taupe. And what cute packaging. It's so cute. And I love that it's square so it doesn't roll away from you. And it's a very precise pencil, but it is shaped slightly like a little oval triangle type of shape, but it is still very precise. So, and the thing I love about this pencil is it is really, really soft. Not soft, like the pencil is definitely like firm enough to where it doesn't like just melt on my face, but it puts off a lot of pigment. And just the look, it kind of reminds me more of a brow powder rather than a pencil. So if I want just like a more subtle, soft brow, this is what I've been using. So that's the pencil. It is really, really, really nice. And they came out with a ton of shades in all of these brow products, like the tinted ones. They came out with 10 shades in each of these. So this is the Tinted Brow Gel. This is called Air Brow, the Cosis Air Brow. I also have it in the shade taupe. You guys, this is my new favorite tinted eyebrow gel, like of all time. I've been using it every single day since I got it. I really love it. Like this is what I apply in my brows every day when I am not doing makeup. I literally just apply this to my brows and that's all for the day. Nothing else, and it is perfect. It's excellent. Something I really like about both of their brow gels is the spoolie is shaped like a triangle, if you can kind of see that there. And I've never thought about it. I've never thought about why that would be helpful, but it really is. I quite like the way that it applies the product and the way it grabs. The spoolie is so nice. This formula is so nice. These are really, really, really good. This tinted brow gel actually has a really nice amount of hold to it as well. If that's something that you prefer, is just to use a tinted brow gel and you want it to have hold to it, this one really, really does. And it's really, really nice. So that's all we're gonna do for the brows so far. I don't use a clear brow gel until after I've done my bronzer and other things. So now we're getting into the cheek products. I have 3 cream bronzers here in front of me. Obviously excluding the 2 cream bronzer contour products that I bought from Danessa Myricks. There are 3 others here. The first is the brand new product from Nars, the Sunkissed Bronzing Cream. And I got the shade Laguna. They came out with 2 shades of this for their limited edition summer collection. And they only came out with the 2 most popular shades, which was like Laguna, which is their classic bronzer shade, and the deeper one, Casino, I think. My theory is this is a new formula and they're kind of testing the waters to see how it does. And they're gonna come out with a whole line of the cream bronzers soon. That's what I'm thinking and what I'm hoping. So, because we've never seen a cream bronzer formula from Nars, I don't think. I think they had like a liquid body bronzer, but doesn't count. But yeah, this, as you can see, I've already been using it. It's incredible. It's incredible. It is definitely climbing to the top of my favorite cream bronzers list. It is super pigmented, super, super blendable. And it's that great Laguna shade that's like a bronzer shade to where it's pretty neutral. It's neutral enough to where you can use it as contour shade as well as something to warm up the face. And it does dry down matte as well. And definitely stays put on the face really, really well. So that's that. Really excited about it. It is awesome. Would highly recommend. The next one, this is from Iconic London. They just call it their Sheer Bronze Liquid Bronzer, I think, because it doesn't say like a full name on here. But I have the shade Sunkissed. They actually had like quite a few shades of this. I was pretty surprised. There were like 5 or 6 shades of this. Anyway, what I will say is it is really, really, really sheer. which is why it's called a sheer bronze. So here it is here. It is a liquid bronzer, and you can see as I blend it out just how sheer and dewy it is. It is really, really nice. I'm really excited to wear this with some natural makeup. You know, I might include it with the, when I do a makeup look for like the Fenty Eaze Drop foundation, I'll probably use this because it's very natural, very sheer. But yeah, it's really, really pretty. My only thing with it is I picked this up because they have this same formula in blushes, and they're really, really beautiful. I have like a nude shade in it, of course. And it's really nice. And so when I saw this, I was like really excited, but it's the same size as the blushes, which is disappointing because I feel like it should be a lot bigger. There should be a lot more product than there would be for a blush. How much is in here? 12.5 milliliters, 0.42 fluid ounces. It's not even half an ounce, but there's not a lot of product, especially because this is a sheer product. So you're gonna wanna build it up. That is that. And the last product I got in this category is from Westman Atelier. This is my first product from this brand. This is their Face Trace Contour Stick in the shade Biscuit. There are 2 shades of this. They came out with a deeper one as well. This is Gucci Westman's brand. It is new to Sephora, but they've been around since I think 2018 or something. And I was highly influenced to buy this by Samantha Ravindell. Sam, why'd you do this to me? She has talked about this for, I mean, ever since the brand came out. I remember the brand came out and she reviewed it, and this is something she mentions all the time. The Face Trace Contour Stick in the shade Biscuit. And I get it. Like the moment that I got this and put it on my face, I was like, oh, guess I just found my favorite contour product, like a new favorite. Like almost immediately, I would say. There are 6 grams in this, which is not a lot of product either, but that's the same amount that you get in the Nude Sticks bronzers as well. I'm pretty sure. I think it's also 6 or 7, either way, about the same. And this packaging is super heavy. It's got a nice magnetic lid. It's really nice. And like I said, the sale is when I buy my luxury products. And it is so pretty. So, so pretty. It's so creamy. I don't even want to swatch it because the product in this is so precious. I'm like, don't waste it. Don't waste it. But yeah, as you can see, it's a really, really beautiful cool tone contour shade, but it's not like gray. It's like a really nice cool tone brown. Ugh. It is really, really nice. Like it feels luxurious putting it on the face. I think I'm gonna use the Nars Bronzer today just because it is like a bronzer, and so I can just use one product and not have to double up, you know what I mean? And I definitely will obviously be using these in future videos. You'll see them pretty soon, don't you worry. So I'm gonna go into my Nars Laguna bronzer, and what I like to do is, this is quite pigmented, a lot of it, even just lightly dipping in there, a lot of it picks up on the tips of the bristles of my brush. So what I like to do is take it in the cap, and you can see the cap is dirty because I've been doing this, is I'll swirl it in the cap to really work it into the bristles. And then I apply it. And this product just blends out so, so nicely. It's so, so easy to work with. Like, oh man, I really hope that they make this a permanent product and come out with like a whole line of all their bronzer shades in cream form, because this is so nice. But it is available right now. There is a slight scent to it. It's pretty subtle. Like you literally won't smell it applying it to your face unless you literally put your nose in here. It reminded me of something. It smells a lot like the scent they put in the new Physicians Formula Matte Manoy bronzer. It's like a florally scent, but that one is like a really strong scent. You can smell it the moment you open it. This one, it's much more subtle, but it is the same scent for sure, but it's just really, really subtle. See what a nice contour shade this is as well? Like taking it underneath the cheekbones and how it adds that shadow still. This is just such a nice tone. I mean, the Laguna bronzer in general is a really nice tone, but like, I love this tone for a cream bronzer. Oh, it's so pretty. Like, oh man. The moment that I got this in the mail, I literally like opened it, swatched it, and felt the texture, and I was like, yep, absolutely, yep. Yep. Okay, that is the bronzer. This is such a good bronzer. As you can see, like looking at me straight on, it is a really nice contour shade. It does add that shadow to the sides of my face. Really, really nice. Okay, moving into highlighter. I actually only have one highlighter that is not from Denona Myricks. I have another one in there, but this is the one that is not from Denona Myricks. And I actually got 2 of these products, but one of them is a highlighter, one is a blush. These are brand new from Armani Beauty, from Giorgio Armani. These are called the Fluid Sheer Glow Enhancers, which I think are basically just a new version of something similar that they used to have, which was called like the Fluid Sheer something. But they came out with a whole new formulation of it, new packaging, new shades. They have a couple highlighter shades of it, 2 blush shades, and even a couple really deep shades that you could definitely use as a highlighter if you have deeper skin tone, or as a bronzer. I did try one of them and check the shade in store, but it just wasn't a shade I thought would work for me as a bronzer. But I did get 2 of the shades. They don't have names, they just are numbers. So this is 2 and this is 5. And I found, okay, something really interesting, I'll go ahead and show you, is they look a lot pinker in the packaging than they are in real life. Like this looks quite pink, but it is a peach shade. And this is a lot more, it looks like a white pinky champagne, and it's actually not. It's actually quite a bit more golden, like a truer champagne. And you can really see it with this one, I think, how much more of like a true peach that is. And it looks much pinker in the bottle, if you can kind of see what I'm saying. But very sheer and very, very pretty. So let's apply some of that highlighter. And this is like a kind of similar product to the, like any kind of liquid highlighting product. Like it is very liquidy, as you could see. So you could definitely use this as like a mix-in with your foundation as well, similar to like a Charlotte Tilbury Hollow Flawless Filter or the Auric Glow Lust kind of a thing. It's definitely very similar to those in what it can be used for, and also in finish because it is pretty subtle, but it is different to those. This is the most liquidy of any of this type of product that I've tried before. So if you want a nice liquid subtle highlight, this is really, really nice. So that is the highlighter. So we're here at blush finally, and this is definitely the product category that I got the most amount of products in. It is, it's serious, a little unnecessary, a little extra, but you know, you guys knew that's who I am. I got 2 more shades of the Tower 28 Beach Please cream blushes. These are the other 2 shades of the newest 3 shades that they came out with. So now I have 5 of these blushes. I literally only don't have 1 of these blushes, and it's because it's like a hot pink, and I don't usually wear hot pink. But oh my gosh. So this one is After Hours, and this one is Rush Hour. So Rush Hour is a really nice peach, and After Hours, it's a berry shade that, it's just, these are so nice on the cheeks, you guys. I've really been loving these new shades. Look how nice. So I got those. Obviously I also picked up that Armani Fluid Sheer Glow Enhancer in the shade 5, which is called Peach. And then I also picked up the Say Dew Blush in the shade Rosy. They came out with 4 shades of this, and I was really interested to see how this formula was gonna be because as you guys saw in my recommendations video, I really, really love their, this brand's Tinted Moisturizer. Stunning. So I really wanted to try some more from this brand, and these really interested me. But it's a really, really pretty warm rose shade, and these are really, really pigmented. And like it says, pretty dewy in finish. Look at that. Oof, so pretty. So that's that one. I also picked up from the brand Freck. I have not tried anything from this brand yet because they don't have a ton of products. Faux Freckles are not really my my thing. It's not really a look that I'm super into, and I've never really done that before, and I don't know. I just don't know if that's for me. I think it looks cute on other people, but I don't know if that's for me. Maybe I'll try it sometime. But this brand came to Sephora, and I saw it in store, and I thought this shade was stunning. So this is called their Cheek Slime, which, why would you call it that? But it's an interesting package here, as you can see. This is the shade Fielding, but I mainly got this because of the shade of this. It is so pretty. What a nice, warm, sun-kissed shade. Really, really nice. Maybe I could use that today. That would match our look really nice. And the last product I got in multiple shades, a cream blush that I got are the new cream blushes from Melt. The moment I saw these, I was like, oh, bet, saving that to my loves list so that I can add it to my cart as soon as this Sephora sale happens. Because they're all like warm toned. So they came out with these cream blushes. They came out with 8 shades, I think. 4 of them are just a cream formula with just a regular cream finish, and then 4 of them have some shimmer to them. So I have one here that is just the cream formula, and that is the shade Sandy Cheeks. This formula is really, really nice. I really love it. It's very thin and very, very blendable and spreadable. It's really, really easy to work with, but it also, I've noticed, has its own dry down, so it's really long wearing. And then the other 2 shades I got are shimmery. So I have the shade Sundown and the shade Lynx. Wow, they're so pretty. So there are the other 2 shades right there. This one's Sundown, and that one is Lynx. They're really, really reflective, so I kind of have to tilt them so you can see the colors. So pretty. I think I'm gonna use one of these today because these warm colors just really match this look so well. I think I'm gonna use the shade Lynx. Yeah, Lynx. Look at that nice coppery shade, really matching with the eyeshadow there. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna use. I'm really excited. Really excited. You can apply these with a brush, with your fingers, and with a sponge. I've actually used all 3 methods already because this was in my first Sephora order from the sale. So I've had these for just a bit, and I've already used some of them. What I like is that they're quite buildable. They're really, really, really buildable, and they're not like too much all at once. I just really like the formula of these. Look at the sheen that this blush gives to the face. I mean, you would think that having shimmer in these would be like texture enhancing, but let me zoom in so you guys can really see. And these are like great colors for me to just take them onto my nose because I just look very sun-kissed. It just makes my face look like glass. I'm gonna take these up here just because this isn't too bright of a color and I wanna tie it in up here with the bronzer. I could seriously build this shade up for like forever. I have to stop myself. Okay, I'm gonna stop myself. Oh, so good, so good. I'm obsessed. All of these blushes really. Well, so I'm already immediately obsessed with these Melt blushes. I knew that I already loved these Tower 28 blushes. And then these other 3 are new to me, and I quite like how sheer this one is, and I like how dewy this one is. And the shade of this one is really, really nice. So I'm gonna continue to test these formulas that I'm less familiar with, that I'm still growing to understand and learning about, and I'll report back to you. So that is the blush category. I got a lot of blushes, okay? I really like blushes, and right now, cream blush is a huge thing, and I'm so thankful because cream products are my life. They're my life. I'm gonna finish off the brows real quick with some clear brow gel. I actually have 2. So I do have the Cosis clear brow gel. This is called the, also called the Air Brow. But these are definitely different formulas. This one is, it even says online, more volumizing, has fibers in it to add volume to your brows. Obviously it has a tint to it. And this one is meant to be more setting, and it's meant to give like a laminated brow kind of effect. I do really like this. Also, the packaging is so pretty. It doesn't feel crunchy when it dries down. It stays pretty soft, but it does hold your brows in place. And then the other thing I picked up, Charlotte Tilbury came out with a bunch of new brow products, a whole new brow line, and I picked up her clear brow gel called the Brow Fix. She did come out with, she reformulated her Tinted Brow Gel, which I actually have the original already, and I've been using it for a long time, and I really love it. So maybe I'll pick that up to compare, but I didn't really feel the pull towards it since I already have it. And I heard that it was a reformulation, so it's supposed to be different, but it's the same packaging and everything. So I was like, I don't feel like I need that. And then the brow pencils that she came out with, the thinner of the two, was still a little too thick for me. Not really a shape I was drawn to, and when I saw it in person, I was like, I don't know. It was like a triangular shape, similar to the Cosis one, but it was a little thicker for me, and I wasn't really into that. So, but I did pick up the the clear one, and I'll use that to kind of keep it different, to not use all the same brand on my brows, even though I do use this combo a lot right now, a lot in my brows. But I will just use the Charlotte Tilbury. So at Charlotte Tilbury, they are, you know, I would say between high-end and luxury brands. It's a pretty pricey brand overall. And I have a lot of high expectations for them, and I was a little disappointed when I got this because this packaging is plastic. It is super, super plasticky, feels super, super cheap, really, really, really light. Like the Cosis ones were less expensive and they're heavier and they have nicer packaging, I think, than this. I just don't love that. That makes me a little sad because part of buying higher end makeup is the experience of it for me, especially, I know for a lot of people as well. And so I was a little disappointed, but the product is effective. It's very similar to like the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. It sets them in place, gives a really nice hold. Does make them a little hard and crunchy, which I don't mind personally. So you kind of have two options here as far as if you don't want them to be crunchy, go with the Cosis. If you don't mind if they're crunchy, then this one or the Anastasia one is basically the same. You can go with these, but you know, it gets the job done, which is, you know, I guess the most important part. But if I'm gonna pay more money, then I expect it to be a little nicer all around, you know what I mean? So there's the Clear Brow Gel. I'll go back in with my pencil after this dries down and kind of touch up the lines there on the edges of my brows, but that's the brows. Last thing is lips. And so I actually only have, well, I have a lip liner and I have lipstick, but I have multiple shades in them. These are new from Huda Beauty. She recently reformulated her lip liners. These are called the Lip Contour 2.0. And I actually wanted to pick up more than these two shades, but the other shades I wanted were sold out. I guess people were really liking them. But I did get Sandy Beige and Honey Beige. So I really want to pick up a couple other shades that are a little deeper. These are the lighter of the nudes that I was looking at. And then these, oh my gosh, I was so excited when I saw these announced. These are called the cream lipsticks. So these are like they're not matte, they are cream. They are very hydrating. And I kind of was expecting these to be similar to like tinted lip balms, but they are not. They are much more pigmented and oh my goodness, they're so comfortable and beautiful. Let me swatch the shades I got for you. And I really haven't been super interested in her brand, but I'm kind of starting to get into it. So who knows, we might be seeing more and more of Huda here on my channel, because I also did pick up that palette. That's what I used today. So I have 3 shades here. Oh my goodness, look at these. Do you see what I mean? They're so creamy and beautiful. So starting from this side, I have the shade Hustla, like ends with an A, Hustla, Sweet Cheeks, and then Raja on this far end. And I'll give you a nice up close look at them. Wow. I have to turn them to the side because they do have quite a reflect to them because they are very creamy and shiny. I think it's clear I'm gonna go with Raja today because we got a very warm look, but man, all these shades, really, really pretty. And the shade range on this lipstick is so nice. They're all nudes, and she has like pink nudes, mauve nudes, brown nudes. They're really, really nice as far as ranges, and they go really deep as well. I kind of want to pick up some deeper shades. So I'm gonna use Raja today, and I'm gonna use the lip liner in Honey Beige, I think, maybe. I'll swatch the lip liners for you. Maybe I'll go with Sandy Beige. So there's the lip liners. This is Sandy Beige and this one's Honey Beige. Yeah, I think I will go with Sandy Beige. It's a little bit warmer. Really, really nice warm brownie nude. Okay, here's the shade Raja. Oh yes. Look at how like glidey and shiny. These are really, really comfortable. They're really hydrating. The moment I got these, I think the first one that I put on was Sweet Cheeks. And when I put it on my lips, I was like, oh no, these are, I can already tell they're new favorites in my lipstick category. So really, really excited about those. I actually didn't get like a setting spray or anything, so that's everything. That's everything. Oh my gosh, I've been recording for such a long time. Wow, that is finally everything for me today, you guys. This was such a fun video to film. I'm so excited about all the things that I got. Honestly, a lot of new favorites, a lot of new things I'm excited to try. I really did get a lot of things for videos intentionally, so you'll be seeing a lot of these things in the future for specific looks and whole brand tutorials, that kind of thing. So I'm definitely gonna need to throw up a drugstore video here pretty soon. We got a lot of high-end products going on here. Want to keep it kind of balanced. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. It's been really, really fun to film. I love playing with makeup so much. I love it when brands are just out here formulating new products just for me personally. Thank you to all the brands giving me these creamy, dewy, delicious products. Very successful sale this time around. Let me know if you guys picked up anything in the sale down in the comments. Let me know what you got. If it was something I recommended, if it's something that you're already loving and that I need to try, let me know, please. Please tell me. I am willing to try it for you. Okay, well, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Oh, my cheeks are so glowy. Look at them. Bang, bang. Bang.